Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Sloppy World podcast. It's me, your host, Master Walrus9. I'm granted here with the presence of two wonderful beasts. Please, hello, Mr. Blaze Carmichael.
Hi, what's up? My name's Blaze. I'm 29 years young. I like long walks on the beach, and I'm finally going to escape this man's basement.
No, you're not. And Fluffy, he's a returning guest, excellent friend of mine. Would you like to reintroduce yourself?
Hi, I'm SirFluffyIX. I'm 98 years old. We making out the nursing home with this track, and yeah, I do silly shit on the Twitch. Sometimes I upload my D&D VODs to YouTube. You can find me at both those websites at SirFluffyIX. No spaces. Use Roman numerals. We were all in fourth grade at one time.
Mm-hmm.
What? You guys made it that far?
Okay, two of us in this podcast were in fourth grade at one time.
I can't even count that high, man. It's kind of rude.
Good. This is a great start.
So
Yeah.
Blaze is a new guest to the podcast. I've been looking forward to him. I've known him for about as long as I've known Fluffy because I've known him through Fluffy.
True.
I
But
think you guys knew each other for like half a year when I jumped into the group.
maybe.
Definitely. I'd say definitely not because I knew Blaze long before I ever knew anyone from the uh quote unquote iFunny circle. We'll say.
No, I mean you knew Walrus before I met him
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes,
for
that's
about
true.
6 months.
Yeah, probably.
That sounds feasible, possibly. Now that I say it, because it's been such a while since we actually met. I do think there was a point in time in which it was just me, Fluffy, and then maybe Shabby in there as well.
No, because I remember when I came to visit you for the first time, Fluffy. You had
Mhm.
already got some mail from him when he sent those
Yeah,
sodas.
yeah, that's
Oh
true. When
yeah,
when he sent the Moxies.
Yeah,
I
so
do that
okay, yeah, a
again sometime.
bit longer, I suppose.
I suppose.
In a time before time.
Time before time, indeed. It's interesting how fast and how long those times have been, because it's been years. It's been years, dude. I met Fluffy when I was in like middle school, like eighth grade,
I
and
met Fluffy when he was in high school.
that's been like 12
This is true.
years. I want to say. No, not 12, but at least 8. We're approaching a decade of us knowing each other.
Yeah, yeah, because that was probably what 2017.
Yeah, 17 to 16.
Yeah,
A lot
damn.
changes in
Time.
those times.
And I have known Blaze since, was it 2012?
Whenever you were a senior in high school.
I guess that, yeah, it'd be 2012. 2012 going into 2013 because we
Pretty sure it's like a Thanksgiving week.
probably it was definitely later in the year. Yeah, we met on Xbox Live, playing fucking Halo 4, and
Yeah.
it you were
Feels those
playing with
time.
So I was playing with my friend. I was visiting him at the time in Texas, and I was playing on a guest account. And he is one of those tryhards that will straight up rage quit to protect his KD. But because I was there and I refused to quit, he couldn't leave. Um, and so I realized we were gonna lose like a lot, like really bad. And so I convinced our entire team to just kind of fuck with my friend.
including me, and it was
But this was back in Halo where you could communicate with the other team as well. And I remember getting like at least 4 of the 6 of them to not shoot at any of the rest of us on our team and only shoot at him. And yeah, and Fluffy was one of those, and I guess we enjoyed playing with each other. I gave him my actual account for when I'm at home, and the rest is history. Played a lot of Halo Reach, did a lot of Forge
oh yeah.
on that. Had a
I
small bit of time when he started streaming, and I didn't. And then I got a computer. Now we're besties. Oh my god.
it's really funny. When were you thinking about I guess it was when you came to visit me finally, because it was when we first saw each other in person. It was November of 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you came and stayed in, what was usually my brother's bedroom, but he was off to college at the time,
It's during a
and
cold front too. I remember being that
yeah.
I got off the plane in a shirt and shorts, and I was like, "Ah, cool. It won't be that cold. I'll just get in his car and be warm." And holy god.
Was he wrong?
But I was not going to get my sweater out. I refused. And boy, do I regret that. And then we went to we go to Shoney's for food.
I think I feel like Shoney's was one of the places, yeah, that I
Yeah,
took
yeah.
you.
Yeah, we went there like after you picked me up from the airport. I remember that. I miss that Tacoma, man. It's a
Dog,
nice little truck.
how do you think I fucking feel, man? That thing dude, that would have lasted to the heat death of the universe. Fuck that drunk little fucking cunt that T-boned me that morning, man.
Dude,
Goddamn.
Toyota's last.
Oh,
The
they make
Japanese really
awesome.
were like, "Fuck you. We know you're not going to maintain your car very well. It's still going to run. Fuck you.
Yeah,
You can't kill us."
we're gonna make it bulletproof. Eat dicks.
I had a Toyota Highlander and it was an awesome car. And even though it had like 180,000 miles when I bought it, it was still running strong. And
Basically brand new for a Toyota.
I would have kept it if I didn't have an insane deal where they were offering more than what I purchased for it.
Dude, I had a Tundra that I got, and when I finally took it to my mechanic for the first time, they straight up were like, "Yeah, this truck's not worth like a grand." And it's like I'm driving cross country hauling cars in this thing,
Oh, for
and
Yeah,
real.
they're just like, how is this not broken?" I was like, "I don't
Oh,
that's
dude,
the power of the Yoda, baby.
my dad's my dad had a Tacoma and the fucking maintenance people, mechanics hated it because they could never find an issue with it.
know. Your car's too good. Fuck you."
Yeah, we can't get any profit out of you.
Yeah, yeah, we can't get any fucking money out of them.
That's the opposite of my Mazda Protege. I've
Uh,
told you about that, Fluffy, right? The
Yeah,
one that
you've
it
told
would
me about that one.
I would slow down a little too hard and it would stall out no matter where on the road I was. And this is when I was delivering on like really busy roads in Florida. So I'd have to start braking to turn like half a mile sometimes. It was awful. And they couldn't find, like, eventually they were like, "Hey, you can have this Nissan Frontier we use for part running and we'll just keep whatever we get to sell this and that's our trade." I was like, "All right."
Anything's better than this piece of shit at this point in time.
Dude, the guy who owned it had epilepsy, so like the whole like interior of the roof was just shredded up. And that's why he sold the car in the first place.
Oh my god. That's fucked. I did not know that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I got it because my dad helped me buy it because I still was like broke as shit. But it was when my Lexus the engine blew and I had a hole like the size of a $50 in my engine.
Wow.
I ain't got no oil in it because there was a leak, and they I kept telling them, it's like, "Hey, my sensor doesn't work. Can you like fix that or see if there's a leak?" And they never really found anything. And lo and behold, there was a leak.
Yeah. The
So
one time they could have legitimately scammed some money out of you.
yeah,
Ta-da.
we scammed you with actual problems.
But that's crazy. We my dad, he sold he had a Tundra and they were offering too good of a deal to pass up on his old Tundra, so he just purchased a newer Tundra. He went like from a 2008 to a 2013 or something like that because the pricing was right. And we're selling that one now because he's got some back issues and can't really get in that tall of a vehicle.
Mm,
but it still runs wicked good. But if I didn't have a car purchased, my 2018 Subaru Outback, I'd probably take that Tundra, like buy it off of him.
yeah.
Hunter's a good
Yeah.
truck.
Yeah, I like my
Thunder's
Outback. It's a good day-to-day car.
Oh, Outbacks are surprisingly comfy and up. They have nice amenities and quality of interior for the price point. I will
Hmm.
say that. Uh, my brother's best friend has an Outback. It's pretty nice on the inside.
Yeah, no, I really do enjoy my Outback. It's the price was good, and that's it. That's the major thing. We kind of use it as our trip car if we ever go on anything past like an hour in distance.
Speaking of trips,
Yeah,
I'm going on one Tuesday. Excited.
nice. Where you going?
Going to Florida with my wife as a vacation honeymoon kind of thing.
That's right. You got
Gonna take
married.
her. Yes, sir, I did. I am
Awesome.
now no longer single and sometimes get yelled at for things I didn't do or have no idea why I'm getting yelled at. Married life, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope. Oh, I hope
I did
this
not mean
doesn't
to do
come
that.
off as the wrong intention. Please don't take it this way. But I never took you as the type to get married. You always seemed like the free spirit kind.
I honestly did not think I was gonna get married. I was totally fine being single and just kind of like messing around with friends and other people with my wiener.
Yeah. I guess it's a right person, right time kind of ordeal.
Oh, dude, it was one of those like I knew right away that she was the one. Like when I first asked her out, like I was like, no, she's the one. Our second date, we went to go see Dune 2.
Yeah.
She had not seen Dune 1 and had no idea what was going on and was still willing to go see. And it's not a very like coherent to follow movie. It's very hard to follow.
It's awesome.
Like even if like I was confused and I've seen Dune 1 so many times. So it's like at that point I was like, yeah, yeah, this is definitely going the distance.
Going for speed.
I was not alone in my time of need.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's great.
I,
That's
s-
like
I
a,
assume I assume we were all quoting the cake
of
song.
course.
Good, good. Then no, I don't have to kill you.
Yeah.
It'd be weird if we weren't.
No,
Oh,
but yeah, we're going to Florida, taking her to Universal for the first time. Uh,
nice.
we're going a little early. Universal's actually opening another park. I don't know if you guys seen ads on TV and whatnot.
I feel like I've heard some stuff about it. Did you go and
It's
sit?
got like a Super Mario World. I think it's got a DreamWorks Rider of Burks World.
Oh,
They're adding more Harry Potter stuff to that.
I know you're a Harry
Um,
Potter fan.
oh yeah, I actually just bought another Lego because it went on sale. It's the Diagon Alley. It's a
Yeah,
Diagon Alley set, and I'm excited for it. It's gonna get here right before I leave, so I gotta wait.
yeah. Oh,
But
that's
it
awesome.
is how many pieces was this? It is almost 3,000 pieces.
Sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, it's. I'm excited.
Universal's interesting. I never. I guess I've been to some theme park or whatever when I was really young. I think I was a baby when my parents took me to Disney World, and all I have to go off of that is stories. I got no memories of that. But in this day and age now, I wouldn't really go to a theme park, but if I were to, Universal seems like the one I would definitely go to.
Oh, dude, it is definitely fun. There's enough for everybody. Um, just in the variety of because Islands of Adventure has 5 different worlds. I guess you call them
Hmm.
technically six. I say technically six because one of the worlds used to be called the Lost World, and it's what the Harry Potter world took over most of.
Yeah.
I believe there's still a live show. It's like a Sinbad kind of live show. It's actually pretty cool.
Hmm.
Like there's pyrotechnics and everything. It's pretty cool.
It's
But
cool.
um, but they've got the Harry Potter world, which is awesome. They got a Dr. Seuss world, which is more tailored for, kids, but it's still got
Yeah,
a couple fun rides for adults.
yeah.
It's funny because that's Lexi's favorite part of
Yeah.
Universal.
I was gonna say
No,
I could
it's cool.
definitely see some enjoyment in going to like a Dr. Seuss world, like going from Harry Potter, where it's kind of. I feel like a part of Harry Potter we don't talk about as much is the kind of. I don't want to say noir. It's kind of like dirty and gritty in the world. It's not like dark, but it's kind of dirty, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's not like all sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah, it's not full like L.A. noir, uh, evil and everyone's a
They have a
bastard.
slur for non-magic users.
Yeah,
It's called Bubbles.
but
Close.
to go from
We'll
that
take it.
to Dr. Seuss land, that sounds like it'd be an interesting change.
Well, so when you enter, you can go either right or left. If you go to the right, you go from Dr. Seuss World to Harry Potter World. Then you go from there to Jurassic Park World,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. That has like the Universal's, Splash Mountain kind of ride.
Hmm.
It's got a giant jungle gym that's like for kids, which is I used to go when I was younger. It's super cool. And then from there you get to the Toon World, which has log flume that's like Dudley Do Right
Yeah. Yeah.
themed. Hate it so much because it's a log flume. Like you're just building your way up to the top to drop down, but they have like 3 or 4 distinct lift ups that you think, oh, this is the one, and then you just kind of flatten out. It's like, oh, okay, cool. I guess I just won't get anticipation for this.
Hmm.
Um, but then it's also got a Popeye water ride, which is pretty cool because it's one of those ones where you're in like the circle thing,
Yeah.
and if you're in the wrong seats, you get absolutely soaked, and if you're in any of the other seats, you're dry as can be, and it's hilarious. Because I went on one time where I was in the seats that just happened to get every single drop that got splashed, and I was drenched like through and through,
You are the
and it was
most
great.
man.
Oh,
But
that
it's
sounds
Florida, so
awesome.
it's like it's hot as hell. So it's like, oh, this is actually refreshing, honestly.
You were dry by the time you got off the ride.
Dude, I was dry, like I was half dry walking to get out of the exit. It is,
Yeah.
and then the other world is a comic book world. It's basically just all Marvel properties. I don't think there's anything not Marvel.
Hmm. Is it Marvel?
Uh, because the roller coaster there is the Hulk. They got a Spider-Man ride. They've got a Doctor Doom ride, which is one of those like launching you up and then you drop down
Oh,
fast and
I
up and
fucking
down.
hate those. I hate droppers so bad.
It's got a teacup ride that's like something to do with Storm.
Hmm.
Um, and then I think that's all the rides, and then the shops are there's like an arcade in there in that
Okay.
world, which is pretty fun. And then Universal Studios has some fun stuff. There's a roller coaster called the Rock and Roller Coaster where you can choose your song that plays for like in your seat for the
Oh,
ride. And
cool.
the way that
Interesting.
what's terrifying is because I'm one of those like you've got to sit in the front of a roller coaster. I don't care how long you wait; it's a whole different experience.
Hmm.
Um, but this is one of those where you're in the seat, but your legs are suspended. But if you're in the front, because the drop on the ride is a straight 90-degree drop. Like
Yeah.
you're going straight down for a second, but because everything else is still going up, you're looking straight down, barely moving. So you're just like hanging on and you're just looking at the ground. It's like, man, if this messes up, I'm dead. If
Yeah.
this seat just opens, I'm goodbye. And it's pretty cool because you have that, and then part of it goes through like a prop building kind of thing,
Hmm. Hmm.
which is also really cool how they set it up. I was telling Katie it'd be really cool if they had like a sitting area in that building so you could watch people go through.
Yeah. No, that does sound very interesting. I did lie a little bit. I have been to a theme park, but it's arguably the weirdest concept for a theme park. I've been to Hershey World
Like in Pennsylvania?
in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I've been there too.
I think it was great. It was a fun time. It's just Hershey. When I think of theme parks and action and adventure and all that, I don't think of Hershey's chocolate.
Yeah, it's like that's cool. You guys have chocolate. Let's. Why is this a theme? What?
Yeah, But
What?
it was fun. I am very much a scaredy cat when it comes to rides. Like a standard roller coaster is essentially too much for me. I will not do stuff like the dropper. I will not do stuff that makes me go upside down.
My I think my favorite ride, I never actually went on it because the line was always just way too long.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Superman, was it Superman or Batman? Yeah, Superman roller coaster at Six Flags, where you're actually like suspended looking downwards like you're flying like Superman.
Yeah, never.
But that ride has had some, I think a dude died on it that went over like the railing into a part and just got splattered.
I
Wow.
think I remember hearing about was it at a Six Flags where someone got decapitated by a ride.
Yeah, it was the Batman ride.
Oh, that yeah, okay, so that was the Batman. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Or no, Batman, Superman. Batman's pretty fun too. Batman's got a lot of spins
we
and stuff.
we decapitate the Batman.
We make Batman decapitate this guy. We frame him like
I
it's him, and then he becomes the bad guy.
I love
Ah.
the meme of the dude dressed as Joker, but he's really fat. It's like, it's simple. We eat the Batman.
No, but yeah, my favorite thing about going to Hershey Park, and again, it's a weird thing that they have, but they have a zoo. They have a full zoo, and I enjoyed it. I love animals, going and viewing animals and whatnot. But yeah, they had a
We
wave
have a
pool.
zoo.
There's like a water park, a wave pool. It was a lot of stuff. It was an interesting place.
Oh, that's another park they have at Universal. They're opening it. They're gonna have an actual water park,
Yeah.
which I'm surprised it took them this long to have a water park at Universal.
Oh, I mean, you're in Florida. It's the arguably one of the hottest places in North America. Well, not North America, but in the
Well,
United States.
Orlando has a Wet and Wild, which is, also a water park. But I was surprised
That's
someone
not
else
Universal.
wasn't like, oh, I know. But that's what I'm saying is Orlando had a water park,
Yeah.
but I was surprised, Disney, Universal, none of them were like, hey, you know what, we want one too. Until recently,
Yeah, damn it.
I mean, even
Cookie
SeaWorld's
cutter.
technically a water park.
I guess, yeah, I guess you're right with that. The world is a water park, technically.
Well, like they took a while to actually have any rides that were made it worth being called a theme park.
Mm-hmm.
Because they didn't for a while. Then they finally had like a roller coaster and a water ride that took you away from all of the zoo animals or the aquarium. There we go. That's the word. The water zoo.
Water zoo, yeah.
That is essentially what an aquarium is. Yes.
But yeah, it is interesting. It took Disney or because Disney has like a hotel with like a very over the top um water area. It's not a water park, but it's not just a regular pool. The only
Mm-hmm.
reason I know
Yeah.
this is because my aunt back in the day, they're they took their kids and we went to go see them
Yeah.
for a bit of that time and hung out at the hotel
Oh
because
my
it's like
god.
a
Every time.
resort.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What happens every time?
I keep fucking up the fill tool and keep making the world blue.
Keep making the world
Oh,
fill.
are you doodling?
Yeah, he's doing it with me.
I'm doodling a little bit.
Like, let's
Um
take a look at him.
I'm scrolling through YouTube to see what YouTube
Okay.
is suggesting to me.
I guess I'm just gonna have to fill them in.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm making Whoopula Flow. I made Garth Curb earlier.
nice. Now
Make
the
Peter Jackson.
I never grew up in Florida. My dad's a Florida boy. He If
You said see a Florida boy.
he grew up in Florida, he was in Miami, really rough parts of Miami.
Yeah, Miami is somewhere I avoid. Even when I was hauling stuff cross country, I hated going down to Miami.
Yeah. No, he
It,
grew up. He was jumped several times while he was in school. Uh
yeah, if you can survive Miami and still be like a productive member of society, you're
mhm.
doing pretty good.
Yeah. But he does tell stories about that. Like he calls him his brother because they are so close with each other. They're essentially brothers, they're not biological brothers. But his brother used to uh deliver seashells and whatnot for Disney World or Disneyland, whichever one's in Florida, because he was a professional diver.
Oh, that's
That's
cool.
sick.
Like his entire job was to just dive and whatnot, and one of the things he got to deal with was Disney's like underwater world. So he was also on, man, I can't remember the name of the show. It's an older show, but it's like there's three people and one of them actually accomplished the goal that they did. And at that time, he was like a record holding like free diver, so no oxygen tank. And
Mm.
he was one of the goons that James Bond killed in Moonraker.
Oh,
Oh.
You can't see his face because he's in like full scuba gear, but it's interesting. He's got stories you can tell your kid. Like, yeah, I was in James Bond. This is where I forgot what Bond was in Moonraker, but here's where Sean Connery shot me in the fucking head.
I was about to say, was that a Pierce Brosnan or was that a Sean Connery one?
Take a look right here.
Take
my
a
question is, do you have it guts? Da-na, da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na, guts. Da-na. No, okay.
truly. Truly.
Oh, excuse me. Uh, yeah, Roger Moore, Sir Roger
Oh,
Moore. This is Commander James Bond 007.
Mm.
God. Yeah, I don't even remember that one.
Uh,
Zam. That was a
and
long.
the sex pun in that one was Holly Goodhead.
I'm sure she was.
Yeah, he
They
was attractive. Man, women back in the I know fashions and styles change.
really goo-gooed my gagas, if you know what I'm saying.
No, I
Yeah,
do not. What are you saying?
I got an erection.
man. I
What is that?
I'm glad that we have, as a society, moved past the phase of strong, independent women must have half her head shaved off. Is
Honestly,
A lot of us have.
honestly though, like that was better than some of the stuff that's
oh yeah,
right now.
I just think that era of arguably 2010 to 2020 had some of the worst hairstyles that humanity had to offer. Again, this is
Dude,
coming from
dudes did
someone
man
who
buns.
understands the bowl cut and the mullet. But guys, boys had that broccoli hair.
Oh, I still see plenty of kids at the gym with the fucking broccoli hair, bro.
Yeah.
Like constantly. There's some kid that almost fucking decapitated himself at the bench, uh, ego lifting the other day. I'm like, I didn't realize he was about to fucking kill himself, and then like I was listening to Spirit Box while doing deadlifts, and I see some dude sprint past me. I look out of the corner of my eye, and he's going to help lift this bar off a kid's neck. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't see him back there.
Sounds
That's
like
all
he was
bad.
deadlifting too.
He was gonna be
LMAO.
lifting to be dead.
Funny. But yeah, and so I came up to him a little later. I'm like, "Hey, man, if you ever need a spotter, you are more than welcome to come ask." Like, at, and he was like, "Oh no, I just forgot that uh, I already did another set," and I was like, "Okay, man, just uh, don't fucking kill yourself." cool. Whatever your reasonings, great. Just don't die.
I forgot I actually have no bones, and honestly, my mistake. My bad. I don't need a spotter. I found my bones later today.
Yeah, after he fucking
So
shat him out. Jesus.
mhm.
No, but I haven't seen any of the people in my area still have that stuff. There's a kid who's got an afro, not like a full fro, but like it's fluffy hair, but it's not fucking broccoli hair, if that makes sense.
Oh my god. Copyright.
But I don't know. There's been some ugly haircuts. I think the mullet is definitely an of its time haircut that you will not see again,
Yeah.
where it's
That's not
objectively
true at
bad.
all.
Oh, you're not gonna see a lot of it again. It's objectively bad, and it is bad. Where you got half your head shaved, like you have your
Oh,
side
dude,
here, your side here, party in the front, and then
here's my opinion on mullets.
yeah,
Mullets are one of those you either look great or you look like shit. There's no middle ground. You either look good with it or you look terrible.
mm-hmm.
Because some people with mullets looks immaculate.
It's usually the terrible one though. It's like an
Oh yeah,
80-20 split.
it's almost always terrible. But like some of them you look and you're like, all right, mullets aren't the worst thing I've seen. And then you see another one, he's like, actually, I have diarrhea now from looking at that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Same babe.
Oh my god, thanks.
Uh,
I'm gently coloring in my whoopula flow.
Another one that's like I don't think it's technically bad. It's just that a lot of people don't like it. Like technical from like from an artist standpoint, if that makes sense. You can have an art piece that no one likes, but all the techniques and methods are good, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
You can have you can have a movie where an artist is where like an actor is acting his heart out and doing his best, and the writing's dog shit, so the movie's dog shit, right?
Yeah, Star Wars Episode 2.
Yeah.
I was literally about to say Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
So, and I think this is a case where, in all technicality, I think the core concept is fine. It's just a lot of people don't like it, and it's the bowl haircut.
That's another one where like there are some bull haircuts. It's your head shape. The head
Yeah.
shape and face shape
Yeah,
make
head
or break
shape.
that.
Yeah, head shape is the determining factor there. 100%.
Um, you know what haircut I kind of miss that was always dumb, but like kind of fun to watch people struggle with on their own face
Mm-hmm.
was the Skrillex cut, the like one
Oh,
side shaved and the rest long.
yeah.
Oh,
That's exactly what I was talking about for like the female haircut, half shaved head.
oh god. The fucking I'm trying so hard to be in cyberpunk.
Yeah.
It's not a phase, mom.
Exactly. Okay,
No,
there.
but again, that was one that was like depending
Coloring
on
my whoopula flow.
your
He almost looks like Kevin from Ed, Edd n Eddy.
I'll check this out in a second.
where are you how do you guys see this? Do I
Uh,
have to download this just to look at your guys' stuff?
no, you don't gotta download Magma. You just gotta open it up in the browser. Join this badge.
No, that's like one whole thing I have to do. I'll pass.
Yeah, I'll share it at the end. Yeah, the
Oh,
chat or whatever.
thanks, babe.
And like art or whatever.
I
No,
love art or whatever. My favorite.
Star Wars is a very interesting case for me where you know how someone will say something is bad, but then you grow up with it, so you think it's better. Like,
Nostalgia, yes.
yeah. Well, like I grew up with Charlie and the Chocolate or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which is the Johnny Depp version, rather than Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So I
Oh,
objectively
weird.
think that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is a better movie than
Will you
Willy
be my
Wonka and the
chocolate
Chocolate
factory?
Factory. And I don't know. I a lot of people say it's a worse film and a bad film, and I arguably haven't watched the two next to each other to make those arguments. But I feel like it wasn't a terrible film. I enjoyed it, and I kind of got more entertainment and enjoyment than watching uh, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
I enjoyed both. Um,
Same.
the original obviously is going to be, you don't have as much ability to have it look as good just from the times, CGI and
No, but
just
there's a lot of films
film
that could
mechanics. But
still look good.
Yeah.
I think the only reason that was as good as it was is because of Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
I don't think any of the other actors, like I'm not gonna take away from the kid who played Charlie, he was great,
mhm.
but Johnny Depp is what made that movie.
And I felt
Agreed.
like he portrayed the weirdness of Wonka that was desired a bit better than Gene Wilder.
Yes, the just yeah, no, he definitely portrayed the character. Johnny Depp is an amazing actor.
Oh, he is.
That dude
Actually,
got
no,
range.
no, no, no shade to Gene Wilder at all. God rest
Oh
his
no, he was
soul.
an amazing actor too.
Yeah, it's just that this was not the role for him. Does that make sense? When compared to someone like Johnny Depp.
I think for the time, I think it was a good role for him.
Yeah.
And I also think based on the adaptation and how the director wanted to present Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Gene Wilder made sense. Now, if you
Hmm.
tried to take uh, the modern 2005 version and switch the actors, it would not make sense. Johnny Depp fit the more macabre version that the 2005 version presented.
Yeah.
The more uh,
Over the top.
over the top in some ways, but also what's the word I'm looking for?
Spot-
Melancholy? I don't know.
Spontaneous.
Somber? No, no. It's like I don't know. Like the whole movie was just sort of like a a little darker, a little edgier
Like,
on
Had a
purpose.
lot of
Is
mood swing kind of feel.
little the because the original one from the 70s, which was very much more lighthearted. Other than that weird tunnel scene, that shit gave nightmares. That was weird.
yeah, it's like I guess that's a kind of a point I'm trying to get to is that uh the whole Charlie in the Chocolate Factory is that tunnel scene. And
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
that the tunnel scene, the movie.
Tunnel scene, the movie, coming to frighten you right now.
Yeah. I thought that in Willy Wonka and the conversion from Willy Wonka to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory does one of the things that I think is very tough in a movie and it does it really well is updating a character. Which in this case is Mike TV. In the original, Mike's TV watch TV. In the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory remake, he's a gamer. I think that is a prime means of updating a character and keeping the spirit, but making him more or making the character a bit more relevant to a modern media and audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely see because a lot of those reboots just do not. Either they change so much of the source material, or they keep too much of the source material.
Yeah. And the entire thing is that he's addicted to electronics or whatever. And this is the modern equivalent of the TV at that time. So
Speaking of remakes, I actually kind of enjoyed the Romeo and Juliet remake with Leonardo DiCaprio where they had guns.
I never saw that, but I did see the Macbeth movie where it's like set in World War II, I guess you would say.
No idea.
Uh, when we were in high school, we read Macbeth as our Shakespeare. We didn't read uh Hamlet or Romeo and Juliet, so we watched Macbeth. Or we read Macbeth and we watched a Macbeth movie, and it was like this weird World War II version.
Huh.
It's like he's stuck in a bunker. Uh,
Once.
I'm stuck in a bunker. I'm
it
stuck
it was
here.
also really weird because it was word for word. Like he was still speaking the old Shakespearean, but there's like guns and bombs being dropped on the outside and whatnot.
Have at the knave drops bomb.
Exactly. So it was definitely an interesting movie. Oh, you know what's something I normally ask that I didn't do this time was what have you guys been playing recently?
Uh, other than Killing Floor 2 with Blaze, uh, Stardew Valley with Lexi, and then Tokyo Extreme Racer on my own. That is all the time I have. Well, also playing a Nuzlocke of Pokemon Crystal
Ooh,
Clear
I'll be
with
right back. Oh,
All right.
uh, a Soul Link Nuzlocke with one of my besties. We've been playing that on Sunday. But other than that, the only thing I play like casually on my own right now is Tokyo Extreme Racer. Just to grind for more shit
Mm-hmm.
off screen. I'm gonna go back to streaming it when it's fully released in June when they finish the game because it's still in early access. Seem to be pretty close though.
That's cool. I never did big into racing games besides like the Mario Karts and whatnot.
Hmm.
Uh cars I would argue is not my thing. I got no digs to those who are car people. I just never got into it.
And that's fair.
And I think probably I would be a bit more into it if I played the games a bit more. But no, I got the Poketisms.
Hooray! And I got the Cartisms. Yeah, it's when I was younger, I was I used to really like NASCAR as a kid, but then like I got really bored of it because all they did was go in a circle. And
Mm-hmm.
then like later on in life, I kind of fell back in love with cars. And it's funny because I kind of went round full circle back to liking NASCAR, but
Yeah.
not for the racing itself, but for the engines. I think the engines are super amazing. They're like the most archaic grandpa technology taken to the extreme.
Oh yeah, I feel that. I love the advancements that we get and stuff like that. Like some people would say we've got no reason to have NASCAR. Why do we need cars going so fast? Right?
Well, well, why do we need football?
No,
You know,
exactly. But I want to make the
it's a
argument
sport.
that like first off, you have people who like watching NASCAR and that brings in a lot of money, right? And now with that money, you want to win. You want to win more. So what you're gonna do? You're gonna research, you're gonna develop, and you're going to make a means to make your car faster and more efficient. It's because of purposes like those, you're gonna get more of the car features in future cars rather than like developmental features.
True.
You'll figure out that some additive to gasoline is going to make your car burn cleaner, which is going to make it go faster. And then now we have a thing that could be more implored for climate change or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Entertainment is not directly necessary, and you could argue that the amount of money they could have is lucrative to an extent. Excuse me, but they do tend to lead to advancement.
Right. Well, I mean, NASCAR itself, uh, at the time, because it was the national American stock car, um, something
auto
racing.
racing.
Thank you. That they were literally stock cars. They were how they came from the factory, and that's how they raced them up until they started making regulations. Uh, Pretty much right after the Plymouth Superbird came out, when they're like, "All right, but we can't keep doing that. Putting a big fucking wing on it, uh, gave it way too big of an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
You just turned it into a giant fucking wedge. It beat everyone else, we have to have regulations. Here's the shape you got to make it. But the purpose, one of the purposes was that for that was advertising because they used to say, what won on Sunday sold on Monday.
Yeah.
And that is how it was back in like the late 60s, early 70s.
Oh,
But
I mean, direct advertising like that again. You're gonna sell more cars, and what's your competitor gonna do? If Toyota won the fucking NASCAR 500, you gotta sell more Toyotas on Monday. Subaru's pissed off. We
the
gotta do
Infinity
something to beat that.
500 or AT&T 500, whatever series they have these days. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Subaru's gonna
now,
come out, make a better car, or Dodge is gonna make a better car, or Ford's gonna be like, fuck, we can't win in the speed department. Let's make trucks. Let's improve our truck design over that market.
but it's unfortunately it's not like that anymore. It's funny because like there's still racers that go with like teams that are supposed to be Toyota's team, Chevy's team, etc. But they're all because they have to do things so by the books, by the regulations, they're essentially all the same car at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah. The early days of United States and its entertainment and whatnot, it's a bit different. I mean, I think
Agreed.
sports definitely serves a purpose in getting the youth active, I guess you could say. There's
There
a,
is that.
there's
It can.
a lot of kids who will go in and they'll play basketball and they'll play football and because they like watching these people on the television. Uh, I mean, we got and as a teacher, I try and make it clear to my students that yes, have these dreams and have these aspirations and participate and play. Just don't bank on it. Don't expect to go play for the NBA once you graduate out of high school. You're a Class D school. Even Class double A's barely get students out there, you know?
I
But,
mean, is it possible? Yes. Are you going to have to put so much time and effort and work into it? Yes. It is.
and even
If
with
that is
that
your
time,
dream, you have to make that your life now.
yeah. And even for all that time and effort and making it your life doesn't mean it's gonna happen. That's the unfortunate
Yeah,
scenario in that. But I
that's
mean,
true too.
it does grant two things. First off, we got students who enjoy the NBA and basketball, and so they are going to be playing basketball and try and be on the basketball team and whatnot. And that's ideally going to get them out of bad situations. If they
Yeah.
got a terrible home life, then that's 2 hours a day. They don't have to be home. Or if they're bored and looking to pick up unhealthy habits like drugs and alcohol and whatnot, ideally that keeps them off of that. Or if they want to stay on the team, they're getting incentivized to do better grades, pass the classes. So it is a good. It does have its purposes. Uh,
Sure.
yeah, and plus it can help develop interest into stuff like that. I mean, yes, the NBA, you're probably not going to be on the pro player. However, there's a lot of people who are on the sidelines that are never showcased, like medical experts, people who are into physical therapy, coaches who
Oh yeah.
run and study techniques, statisticians, people who make shoes. I mean,
True.
anyone, any student of mine or anyone who says they want to go be a musician, I say, sure, go for it, learn your instrument, master it. But it's going to be tough. There's 1,000 other people who want to say they want to be a musician and will never get there. And I want you to keep trying, but figure out something related. Go be an audio engineer.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Still work with it. I don't want to crush your dream. I just want to help you have a safeguard in case it doesn't pan out. And that's a goal a lot of teachers have. They don't want to they gotta acknowledge students will not always like win and succeed and whatnot, but you want them to just like not fail.
Right.
Yeah. Plays is still thing.
I believe so.
So you said you're playing Crystal Soul Link?
Yeah, it's a ROM hack called Crystal Clear.
Yeah.
Um, it's really, really good. So essentially, it's Pokemon Crystal with a few other things changed, but you can also uh play it essentially open world.
Okay.
And so, like, for instance, you can start in Kanto or Johto,
Oh, that's interesting.
and then you can be like, you know what? I want to beat Gary's ass first, and you can go fight Blue first.
Yeah. And does it
But
level scale?
it does. It does
Oh,
level
okay.
scale.
I think that's interesting. I definitely like that. My opinion, and it's one of the hotter takes when it comes to Pokemon fans. I think that Generation 1 and 2 are really bad.
Yeah. Generation 2 is still pretty rough.
I
Just like my attempted sketch here at doing the Broly Omni Man dumpy meme trying to do in the corner. Like I get the cheeks perfect. I
Oh shoot. Yeah, I'm seeing it.
uh, I so I'll just go ahead and tell you my vision here. I'm trying to make it Shrek. Trying to make
Oh.
Shrek the dumpy man this time around. Might go ahead and turn him around here and give him the big fucking no, that is not a good nose. Let me look at my reference point. But yeah, there was a lot of things wrong. Uh I think Gen 4 is by the time they got the battle system right because they finally allocated attack and special attacks to
Their own
um
types.
yeah, well, first Gen 1 through 3 they were locked to type. So like
Yeah.
Hyper Beam was a physical attack move despite it being a beam of energy. You
Mm.
know, it wasn't based on special attack until Gen 4. Bite was a dark, it's a dark type move.
And Dark was
And
special, so
dark was special. Um, but before that, bite was a normal type attack in Gen 1.
well, to be fair, they didn't have dark types in Gen 1.
They didn't have dark type yet, yeah. And later when they made dark type in Japan, it was called evil type.
Yeah. That's why
And
fighting is super effective against dark, because fighting is justice type.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, I get that. And I like the remakes. I like Gen 1 remake Fire Red Leaf Green. I like Gen 4 remake Soul Crystal and Silver. So it's not an attack on the Pokemon. It's not an attack on the story. It's attack on the mechanics and the gameplay. Because
Yeah.
it's so not
Uh,
good. I mean, arguably the one of the more famous Pokemons from Gen 1 is not accessible. You have to glitch it
yeah,
in.
you do.
There's so
It
many
it's
glitches.
kind
That's our good.
it it's kind of poopy ass.
It is. I feel like a lot of people who say they love Gen 1 and Gen 1's a great game are those nostalgia blinds. And again,
Yeah, the
if that's
ones that grew up in there, they all they did was have like uh a team of 6 Pokemon and one of them was a level 91 Charizard.
and you know what? If that's absolutely how you want to view it, go ahead because arguably it was a great game back then when there was not a lot in terms of catchable RPGs. What the Game Freak was doing was insane for the time. You
Yeah.
know, but they I don't know. Looking back at now, you wouldn't really want. I wouldn't want to play Gen 1. I would
Yeah.
probably
Uh
play the remakes.
yeah, go play Fire Red Leaf Green and you can play hacks of Fire Red and Leaf Green that fix the typing split that was never fixed until Gen 4. The typing attack special split, that is.
Yeah. Uh, Gen 4. I'm a big Gen 4 fan. It's definitely one of the lower ones in my list just because of how slow it feels at times. Like, I understand Gen 3 series being slow because that was a Game Boy Advance game. So it
Hmm.
definitely had more hardware limitations. But Gen 5 or Gen 4 being slow definitely takes away from some of the experience on my end.
Sure.
I like Gen 5, did not care for Gen 6, did not care for Gen 7, didn't play Gen 8, currently in Gen 9. I see what Gen 9's trying to do. It's different.
Yeah. I haven't played. I think I briefly played X and Y. I have not played since, like, regularly since Black and White.
Mhm.
I I will get back into it one day. One of the things that turned me off was Mega Evolutions, just because I'm like, okay, well, now it feels like Digimon, and that was
Yeah.
one of the one of the things that kind of separated it for me. But again, I'm not like totally against it. It just feels like, well, now some Pokemon have some really unfair advantage over some others.
I yeah, but I also liked what they did with Mega Evolution for some stuff because it brought Pokemon that were unusable back into a usable spot like Beedrill. I'm a big Beedrill fan. He's one of my favorite Pokemon. And
Beedrill's kind of dope. I
he's
have Beedrill in my
atrocious
solo league.
though.
Yeah, competitive. He's
So
poopy ass.
terrible.
They just gave him a very poor move pool, honestly.
Shit move pull and then also very
I,
low
imagine
stats.
how it was in second gen, because that's what I'm working with right now.
Yeah. And so going
I'm working really hard to
into
make this Shrek sexy, by the way. I'm
yeah,
trying.
I don't even know what I'm drawing. But go with the Beedrill, it's he got Mega, and that gave him some possibility to do stuff. So if I really wanted to run Mega Beedrill, I could. Are there better options? Yeah, but now one of
Yeah,
my favorite Pokemon's more usable.
this is true.
And I think it worked well for some Pokemon that didn't that needed an extra buff. Like there's Pokemon that definitely benefited from Mega Evolution, and Pokemon that didn't need to Mega Evolve because they are already strong and popular. Like the
Right.
Charizards, we didn't need double Charizard.
No, that was just Charizard dick riding,
It is,
100%.
but I don't work for Pokemon. I don't know what I'm gonna
I
do
was
about
about
it.
to say, it's they want money.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Speaking of Digimon, I'm a big Digimon advocate. Have you ever played Digimon World DS?
I never did. I did not get much of an opportunity to grow up with Digimon, to be perfectly honest, and I
Mm-hmm.
kinda feel like I missed out on that. But, like, uh, because like, I'd catch a little bit of the cartoon
Yeah.
on occasion, but never enough to actually get a chance to really, really watch it. Um, I just couldn't keep up with what was happening
Mm-hmm.
because I'd see bits and pieces, and it was never one of those, "Oh, you can just find a random episode and jump in," sort
Oh,
of
it's
TV
very
shows.
sequitur.
100%.
Yeah. No, I'm a big advocate for the Digimon TV show because it was a good show. Right? If it's something that ever interests you in watching, watch season 1, watch season 3, and you're probably fine there. Season 2 is actual dog shit. Season 4 is fine, but it's not Digimon, it's Power Rangers with Digimon coat.
Oh,
Uh because they transform into Digimon, so it's not like building a friendship with your kind of ordeal.
but that's weird.
It's interesting. It's a good standalone show. It's just not a good Digimon show, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
And
it does.
season 5 was different. It's definitely that stage where they wanted to go a bit edgier and make it more mature, almost like the black and white like how Black and White was the oldest characters in the series were actual teenagers instead of 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they kind of went with that, and it works well. It's just not necessary for a watch, in my opinion. I again, I'm a big fan of Data Squad. I like Data Squad. That's the one I went with first. But you don't need to watch it. Season 1, season 3. Good shit. The card game's good. If you're a big fan of card games, the Digimon card game's good. You might want to play a more limited format, like say like series 1 through 10,
Yeah.
because it's just kind of been power crept to a point. But the games are good. There's two types of games. There's the RPG overworld games, which is like classic Digimon World, Digimon World 2, Digimon World 3 for the PlayStation. And then there's the more RPG games. The RPG games like Pokemon's one-on-one, but you have a team of 6.
Mhm.
Digimon, you have a team of 6, but it's free on free.
Huh.
Uh you don't catch Digimon. You have to fight them enough times to get their data. And once you have enough data, you can digitize them and have them on your team.
Hmm.
So if you want to get that powerful Agumon or whatever, you have to fight the Agumon
Agumon.
5 times, 10 times, or whatever.
Hi, Ty. Got any brownies?
Got any of them good shirts, them pot brownies? I can't do an Agumon.
I'm Agumon.
Agumon.
Hi, Ty.
Hi, Ty. Hi. Where the fuck am I? This is my home.
What the digifuck is going on, Ty?
Uh,
You can't say that. Don't say that.
one of the nice things with Digimon is there's a lot of branching paths. Like, you know how Eevee, you can go into Vaporeon or Jolteon or Flareon or
Mhm.
whatever. Most Digimon have some sort of branching path where you have to reach certain conditions. Like you
Yeah.
have to reach level 35, or you have to have this Digimon on your party, or have this item. And
Right.
they also have a level cap. Like you might have a Digimon that wants to get to level 60 to Digivolve, but the level cap's 50. So you're incentivized to Digivolve, then de-Digivolve, returning him back to a weaker state, and then he's got more opportunity to grow. It's interesting. I'd say definitely if you're interested in playing a Digimon game, I'd look at Digimon World DS. Super accessible because it's fairly easy to get acquainted with, and just solid mechanics. Only issues, you can't really 100% the game because there is multiplayer features that are needed.
Hmm. Gotcha.
So
Oh, well.
well, you can definitely you can definitely beat the game. You just can't 100%.
Right.
You had any games like that when you were young that was something you just so much played a lot of?
Let me think. Uh, Man, I played and replayed the shit out of Sly Cooper 2 and 3. I do
Mm,
remember that. I put hours upon hours into Star Wars Battlefront 2. A lot of games that I had on PS2 were like that. I would have done more with my Nintendo 64 games if my shit ass dad didn't fucking sell it.
yeah.
Um, but such is life, I suppose. I was but a wee tot, and he paid them thar bills.
Yeah.
Um, what else? Pokemon was definitely one of those that I played non fucking stop.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what can I say? I had the tisms for the little monsters.
Gotta love fucking monsters.
Hmm. Truly. Uh, some of the Zelda games.
Yeah.
Trying to think of what other maybe some niche games I played this shit out of when I was younger. Um, I will say my first M-rated game was Devil May Cry, the original one,
Mm,
because I I saw it at GameStop and they had the PS2 Devil May Cry uh collection. They had 1 through 3 and I was like, "Mom, can I have it?" And she asked the uh, GameStop employee. She's like, "Hey, does this have drugs or orgies in it?" And he's like, no." And she's like, "All right." And I'm like, "Yippee!" So I got to play as Wacky Wahoo Pizza Man, though he was a little bit edgier than that at first. He was a lot more grim,
Yep. No, that's definitely.
but
I know that you enjoy your Devil May Cry because of
yes, I do.
that's one of those series you'll definitely come back and play again on
Yeah,
yours.
I I've thought about whoa, let me undo that. I mean to rotate that. That was weird. Um, yeah, I'd like to come back and redo the Devil May Cry series for sure, and he'll do the whole thing and then play through 5. Even 2, for all of its flaws, I enjoyed as a kid, even though, like, I could feel that it was kind of a shit ass game. There were still parts of it that I enjoyed.
I know you do Drunk Souls.
Yeah, I sorry about that.
Fine, man.
Trying trying to get my fill tool right. Clearly fucked up somewhere. There's an empty pixel that I'm not finding. Um, I don't do it nearly as much anymore just because I so alcohol does a lot to the body, including making it harder to uh, metabolize.
Yeah.
And I have been on a weight loss journey that I've come really far with.
Yeah, I know. Super
But
proud of you on that.
thank you, and I'm not quite where I want to be yet. So
Not to go off topic, but arguably with your weight loss journey, that's definitely one of the more incentivizing factors for me to be a bit more proactive with my exercise. I'm
that's
not
fair.
as active as I want to be, but knowing that you're doing it and your posts about like, here's my new gym PR or here's my time at the gym and how that's gone, it's been like, you know what, I could definitely, I could do more than what I've been doing. So
I
I've
mean,
been
that's fair.
more
Just
active.
you got to start small.
Yeah.
Um, don't overwhelm yourself and go crazy with it because you will burn yourself out.
Hmm.
Um, I know from personal experience. And don't give up when you hit a plateau. That was the first time I hit a plateau. I gave up way too early, and I definitely could have gone farther. And I realize that now because I keep re-hitting the same plateau right now, but I keep going. And it's mostly just on a caloric thing. It's not a um, progression of training thing because at the end of the day, bodybuilding and or weight loss or weight gain,
Hmm.
80 to 90% of it is what you do in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
and
dude, that's
some
true, man.
people and some people don't want to take that time or effort. They just think if I just go lift a heavy rock at the gym, that'll be enough. And it is not. I don't know how the fuck I keep making the whole goddamn screen green right there. I'm probably just gonna have to fill his 1 foot in. Makes me upset. I want him to be Shrexy. I know what I want in life. Let me have it. Fuck.
No, yeah.
This
I mean,
world is a prison.
for me, I know that I'm never gonna get beyond like 2X shirts just because I'm wide. I've got wide ass shoulders. I mean, at most I'm getting. So for me, it's not a weight thing because honestly, I'm happy with my appearance. I could stand a few pounds, but me, it's more about building strength. I want to be strong enough to do stuff when needed.
And that is a very admirable thing too. And going to this gym entirely for strength building is 100% something that one can do. Like how I keep making the whole goddamn fucking world green. How? How? His whore ass feet. Shrek, you have fucking whore feet. God damn it, Shrek. I guess I'll just fill it in. I guess I'll just paint it in with green by brush,
That's
like I
looking
had to
good
do
so
with
far.
like I had to do with Whoopula Flow.
Sure.
Yeah, it's okay.
Like, I
You
want to be
guys,
that guy to where if someone needs help moving their couch, not only do they think to call me, but I can help them move their couch.
that's admirable. Practical strength has definitely has its uh practical uses,
Yeah.
and I can totally understand the reasoning behind it. Oh, I see why I keep filling in the whole fucking screen because I didn't fucking end his feet off.
Yeah.
I have the big dumb. Fix that. Fucking connect his goddamn toes over here.
No,
There we go.
I definitely like the concept of the drunk souls. I feel like that would have been something that I would have done if I drank. I'm not a big alcohol consumer, but
Yeah.
oh, I got sneeze. Anyways, no, I feel like there's something that could be done there. I've always thought maybe if I was to do something, maybe vinegar souls, because I do drink vinegar.
Ugh.
I know
Yeah.
apple cider vinegar, but
Still big oof. And I will come back to it eventually again up one day. I mean, I continued it a little bit uh on New Year's Eve.
yeah.
You know, it's when I am no longer cutting, and that's the bodybuilding term for it. When I'm no longer cutting calories and cutting weight, then I will do so. Until then, um, no drunk souls for a hot minute. Also, it's hard to fit in the schedule, and then you got to recover from a hangover if
Mm-hmm.
you have too much. It's a lot.
You can do something like fit souls, or it's like every time you die, it's a 5 jumping jacks, but then you add one to the counter, so the next time you die, it's like 6 jumping jacks or whatever.
Sure, or
I don't know.
push-ups,
It's I
burpees,
know part of
whatever.
the drunk souls appeal is to you're getting drunk and you're getting less enabled your function and cognitive function of the game.
This is also true.
But again, you gotta think about the most important thing is gonna be your health ultimately.
Hmm.
So
Also incredibly true.
yeah, that's
Okay. I think I'm through drawing Get Shrek Garf Curb with it. I don't know if you noticed. I gave him the Bayolet from Berserk. That's the little
oh
red
yeah, I
thing,
see it. I
and
see what I was just like one of those pigs from Angry Birds.
I could see that too. And then Whoopula Flow. Hold on,
Yeah, well, whoopie will
scroll back
flow.
in. Let me scroll back in so I can see all of my beautiful creations at once. Fucking
Get the full
boom.
art piece.
What a wonderful time this has been.
On his husband, right? And it's a shame Blaze isn't here to finish it off with us, but as
I'm
a
just gonna
married
leave, I
man, he's
guess.
got duties.
Was was he talking?
No, he's on a chat. I got I forgot what this server is. It's Fugi. I have Fugi, which shows when people are in voice chat, little icons.
Uh
He's not
Probably
even
gonna
voice
need to
chat
call
right
it for
now.
the night. Wiener farts, dads, fellas. I'm just gonna leave, I guess. Oh, I didn't see him message anything to us. Oh well.
Yeah.
Oof. Well, anywho, uh,
Oh, this has been really fun. Thanks
yeah,
for you guys being in here, taking your time for this.
yeah. I'll have to get him the. If you have us on again, I'll have to get him to tell more stories about uh ye old adventures of Blaze.
I know I've heard very few stories about him, but the stories I've heard were interesting.
He's got some pretty good ones.
Uh, to everyone who watched, thank you so much for watching. If you got any
Yeah, thank you.
comments, critiques, whatever you want to put into comments, feel free to put them. I'll try and get around to reading it. No, I haven't had any yet. So, you guys have a good one. Bye.